Hey, everybody, this is Jim from Alabama. Whoa! It is a great day to be alive. I tell you, today deserves a double. Whoa! Oh my gosh. Do you remember me telling you uh in the last videos in the ancient Hebrew letters video um about the Shin, Samech, and Sin, how it was still a mystery to me and everything? Well, the old ADD brain, just keeps working stuff in the background and everything. And I got it. I got it figured out. I got it figured out. And I want to share that with you. Okay. I mean, I tell you what, man, good old Jim from Alabama is just picking up uh God's little crumbs he leaves behind, just tick, 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 tick. So let's get into it. Okay. I'm so excited about this. Okay. So we have all these symbols. Okay, this we got Shin up here. That's the modern. That's ancient. We got Samech, looks like that. We got Sin. That's the modern. It makes the S sound. Okay, and then we have these other symbols that are associated with the Sin and Samech, because all these right here supposedly make the S sound. Okay, now let's go over the what these mean again. Okay, remember Shin makes the sh sound. Okay, and the little dot is always on the right. Okay, it means double, repeat, two teeth, second, twin, because two teeth always look alike, together. Okay. Samech is like a shield, looks like a shield. Okay. Sin, pierce, sharp, thorn. And I just wrote this one in right here. Maybe a sharp wedge of some kind. A sharp wedge of some kind. Because that would kind of look like a thorn. Okay. And I'm doing something a little bit. I'm trying a little something different with my lighting here too. So I just kind of made like a makeshift thing to get rid of that glare. It didn't totally get rid of it. I really need some more equipment, everything. So like I say, if you can donate, whoo boy, I tell you what, I sure could use it right now. But let's look at these. Okay. So we have this kind of odd looking thing right here. That's supposed to be a thorn. That's supposed to be a thorn. Of course, that's a fish right there. And that's a window. Okay. Now, how in the heck are all of these things related? Well, remember, our perspective is from the ancient Hebrews, like in Noah's day. Okay. Actually, in my mind, I was picturing being on the Ark with Noah and trying to figure out, trying to kind of see through his eyes. Okay, because I believe that these things right here are all of the things that that they saw, that they heard. Because you got to remember, Hebrews are very in the moment, and they, of course, they wanted to communicate all of this to people in the future. And honestly, I was thinking about this last night. Honestly, I think they may have come up with all of these symbols while they were on the boat, on the ark. Because I mean, heck, they were on it for like what, about a year, I think, before the land dried out. So they had to do something, and they had a lot of wisdom, a lot of discernment, a lot of knowledge, because you got to remember they had already lived hundreds of years. Noah was 600 when the flood came. So these guys were extremely smart and discerning people. Okay. So let's look at this, and we're thinking like that. Okay. We're thinking like okay, we're on the ark. We just saw all this stuff. How can we communicate this? Okay. Well, let's start with this one right here. Okay. Now then, where would they see something like this? Okay. It would have to be something probably coming out of the sky, because there's not too many things in nature, I don't think, that really look like that. Okay. So I'm going to call this the sharp wedge. Okay. And that's relating to the thorn. Okay. Now this one right here, now I told you I already figured this one out yesterday. We have like a downward motion here. Okay, downward motion. And I think that's something penetrating something, pierce, penetrate, same thing. And I think that this one was the canopy. This one was the floodwaters. And this one was the land, or the earth's crust. Okay. Because whatever it was came through, it would have to go through all three of those layers to penetrate, to penetrate the land, everything. Okay. Now I'll get to these two here after a while. Okay. This one here, yeah, it looks like a shield, but it's got that little tip on it right there. And I was thinking to myself, why in the heck would that thing have that tip? It seems to me that represents motion as well. Okay, because as well as I do, a shield is just going to have confined corners and everything like that. It's not going to really have something like that. So I thought to myself, well, okay, if that's got motion, how does that relate to what they would have seen? Okay. And do you remember with Kuf, when we did this to say, okay, this is how big it was, everything. I think that may relate to this one, because they would have seen this object coming, for several hours, if not, a day or two or so. Because they would see it coming in, and it would just be getting bigger and bigger and bigger, closer and closer and closer. Okay. But you got to remember, when it hit, they were actually on the other side of the globe, because it hit like right around what we know as the Gulf of Mexico. Okay, so they would have been over here protected. And I know some people are going to say, Jim, what about the tsunami waves and stuff, from the impact and everything? Well, we'll get into that, but you got to remember, okay, not only was the water dissipated and everything, but the crust of the earth was just shattered. So it was just going everywhere. So it wouldn't have been like we have tsunamis today. you know, where if there's an impact or something underwater, hits an earthquake underwater, that it just flows across, you know, just open seas and everything. This was a total, you talk about a chaos mess. You know, it was water, mud, land, chunks, rocks, everything just going every which way. But we'll get into that shortly. So I think that this may have been what they would have seen before an impact. Now, just to go ahead and give you a heads up, I think that this one right here is what they turned that one into to show that one was coming in. Okay, because that is definite motion right there. But let me show you this. So now in Hebrew, you know, they write from right to left. Okay, so they have a point of origin, you know, to the right. Okay, so that would make sense. That would make sense in saying that that is motion, because if this was over here, okay, we'll draw that over here on this right here. You see how this indicates motion going this way toward this point of origin or towards its target. Okay, you see, toward that target. I'll just put that little cross there. Does that make sense to you? That's just kind of the way I was thinking of it, like kind of in the Hebrew mindset. Okay, because that definitely shows motion. This definitely shows motion here as well too. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna get to these. How does this one tie into all these? Okay, I mean, double, repeat, two, twin, together. Well, guess what? Yeah, I've already given you a hint. You remember me talking about the Noah's flood video that I'm doing. Man, the more and more I dig into that, it's just revealing itself to me. But do you remember me telling you that it was really two meteors that hit, not just one? Two. And I'll tell you how. Okay. Say that we have. I'm running out of room here. Well, I tell you what. Let me erase these because I'm going to get to these later. Okay. Okay. So we say that we have the Earth here. Okay. Remember, all of the terra firma on the Earth was flat. Okay, all of it was flat. They didn't have any steps. They didn't, you know, all the flat Earth people. I feel so sorry for them. Their perspective is just totally wrong. You know, the Earth itself isn't flat. What the verses they always quote really mean is terra firma was flat. The ground, the land was flat. So there was no hills, there was no mountains, there was no steps, nothing. You know, and you know, that makes sense too, because heck, you know, God wanted to fill the earth with life. You know, he didn't really want people to have to work and everything. Man, he had everything set up for us. And of course, you know, we kind of messed it up. But anyway, so we've got Earth here. Okay, we've got all this water. It's the whole thing's just covered with water. Okay, they see this thing headed toward them. Now I don't know which way it was coming. You know, I don't know if it's going that way, this way. That I'm just putting this up here just like this. So okay, so they see this thing from far off coming, and you remember the whole time the Earth is still rotating and everything, and then it turns into this, okay, which would have looked like this, probably like that. Okay, and I showed you the picture of you know, the little ancient aliens um, they always use, you know, with the little guy in that little thing, you know, at the crucifixion and stuff. So anyway, if you notice this has a kind of a three-dimensionally, it would be kind of a conical shape. Okay, that would relate to the thorn. Okay, that's why I said sharp wedge. Now then, how do you displace water? How do you displace water with the least amount of energy? And what I'm saying is, you know, if you know, when the people are doing the high dive and everything, okay, when they're doing the high dive, of course, in a pool they have bubbles to break up the water, okay, because if they didn't have those bubbles and somebody slipped up or something, man, hitting that water, bam, that'd be like hitting a brick wall. You see, the high divers, the cliff divers, how do they do it? They make dang sure that either their pointed feet, or this is what everybody does when you dive, this, because that breaks up the water and allows, you know, the rest of your body to just glide into the water. Yeah, so it won't be like you're doing a belly flop or something like that. So I think that this thing came, the first one came in as a wedge. Okay, that would have displaced the water, broken the surface of the water, and then allowed the back part of the wedge, this back part of the wedge back here, to boom, push all of the water out. Okay, so we would have hit here and it would have just sprayed water everywhere. Okay, water going everywhere. Now then, would that have taken away all the water? I don't think so. Remember, two, and let me tell you how. Okay, so we had this one to displace the water. And you remember when you were a little kid, when you were you know, playing in the creek, and I've got a picture of this too, that you can see. You know, when you threw like a big rock in the creek, you know, there might have been like that much water or something like that. You threw a big rock in it, everything. What did it do? It displaced the water and it uncovered the mud or the ground below where that water was. It uncovered the creek bed. Same thing. So this first one came in, displaced the water. And like I say, here's a little picture of it right here, so you can visually see that. So it displaced the water, uncovered the terra firma, you know, to the ground, everything. And then what happened? The other one, the next one. Now, I don't know if that one represents the other one too. Maybe it does. Maybe it does. Maybe this one represents the first one. Maybe this one represents the second one that hit. I'm not sure about that. I just now thought of that. But so then we have all this water moved away. We have and this is just going to be for, just split seconds, that all of this water is going to be moved away. And then we have another one that comes in. It comes in, boom. And that's the one that loses no energy due to hitting the water. Full impact, cracks the Earth's crust like a clay pot. Boom! That's it. That's it. Now then, I'm going to read a verse. You saying, Jim, how in the heck do you know this? Well, how do you know that this is right, or if that's really the way it happened, or what? Well, honestly, I don't really know, but there's so many clues that I am pretty sure that this is the way it happened. Let me read you what a retranslation I did, because I was curious about the Noah's great wind, everything. Let me read you a retranslation I did of Genesis 8:1. Okay. Now I'm not going to go through the translation. I'll do that in another video and show you, exactly, word for word, how I did it. But let me read that to you now. Okay. And I'll put it up on the screen too. Okay. So this is Genesis 8:1. Noah's great wind. The wonder of God arrived as a ram through the wall that separates the inside, earth terra firma, from the outside, outer space, breaking through the boundary of the living so the beasts, the cattle, and the remnant might fill, brackets, the earth. They arrived at their mark as two oxen yoked together, causing a great wind which lifted the waters and exposed the dry land, even crushing the land as a clay pot into fragments of an unknowable amount. We watched intently as these two great stones, brackets, took away the large body of water with a loud noise. Oh my gosh. Oh me. Oh me, oh my. That just tells it like it is, doesn't it? That just certainly tells it like it is. Oh my gosh. But like I say, I'm going to do a video of that retranslation, just go down by word by word by word by word. Okay. But woo, baby, that just tells it just like it is. Okay. So let's get back into these. Okay. So and I gave you one of probably the big thing I was trying to hold back for the Noah's video, but I just keep finding all this stuff and everything. But that's fine. That's fine. So okay, so we have this sharp wedge. So and, and I forgot too. And what kind of sound would these make? What kind of sound would these make coming in? Yeah. Yeah. That reminds me of one other thing too. You remember the letter resh? Resh? that was over here. And it kind of looks like that. Kind of looks like that. You know, the funny looking cartoon character with a helmet on. I got this last night too. And I may have to update some of those letters because I just stuff just keeps coming in my head. But if you notice, he didn't have any ears. He didn't have any ears. Okay. And after that retranslation, you know, did it with a loud sound. And I'm sure that there was, I mean, with all that stuff going on, I'm sure that they were like, you know. But yeah, this right here, I bet cover your ears. Loud sound, blast, boom. That would make sense. Yeah, how are you going to tell somebody, you know, eons in the future to cover their ears? Hey, yeah, you might do it, something like that. So that's just a little aside. Let's get back with these because this is very exciting. Very, very, very exciting. Okay. And this right here, this one right here would fit exactly into that. Coming through the canopy of water, you know, that was around the earth, coming through the flood waters, penetrating the land. They all tie in. These all tie in. And there's two of them. There's two of them. One right after the other. Boom, boom. Thank you so much, Lord. Okay. So I got all that figured out. And I was so excited. I wanted to make this video last night, but I was just too dang tired. I was so excited. But then I started thinking, well, okay, how is that translating into modern Hebrew? Okay. How's that translating into modern Hebrew? How, you know, how the two boom boom and guys, remember, before I figured this out, I was thinking that it had something to do with the two events. You know, the first, the object passing, and then, you know, 5 minutes later, that event. But no, it's just pertaining to Noah. Okay, the second event, the dispelling of the flood waters. You know, all this stuff is related to what he and his family saw, heard, felt, experienced, witnessed, all of it. But I was trying to think, how did that carry through to modern Hebrew? And I thought, well, it has to do something with this right here, that, you know, having the dot, everything. But if you notice, this one would have been second, okay? Because I remember, I think the sh sound is afterwards, okay? The s sound is them coming in. There was the huge blast, boom, and then the wind, shh, right there. Okay, that's what it would sound like. You know, you have a huge blast, hear the blast, and then you feel the concussion from the wind. Okay, totally makes sense. Totally makes sense. But this would have happened after that. Like I say, they would have heard the s first and the sh second. Okay. And remember from over here, You know, Hebrews go from right to left. Okay, from right to left. So I thought, well, how in the heck did they reverse the letters somehow? Maybe. Should this really represent sin? That should really represent Shin? Maybe, but I don't know about that. So then I did this. I said, okay, let's write them this way. I'm going to erase this here. Let's write them this way. Okay, so we have Shin here. That's SH. We have sin here. That's the S. So let's do it this way. Okay, that's sin. So that's over here. This is Shin. It's over here. Okay. Now then, what do you see when you look at these? What I see is this one is ahead of this one when you stack them like this. Normally people see them, written horizontal, but if you stack them like this, it's clear as day. It's clear as day. This one came before this one. Is that crazy? Oh my gosh. And it's just little bitty nuances like that that help fit all of the pieces together. So this tells us this one came first. They heard that sound coming in. This one came second. Blast, wind. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. But yeah, stack them this way. And it's, like I say, it's clear as day. This one is before this one, or you can say this one is after this one. Either way you want to do it. Either way you want to do it. I tell you what, we serve. Whew, we serve an awesome God. Oh, okay. There's still even more. There's still even more. Okay. Let's look at this. So we had the two, we had the fish. We had the fish and it had these little things on it like this. Okay. And then we had this window here. Okay. Now, how in the heck do those fit in with all this other stuff, huh? How in the heck? Well, I think this right here is a location. It's a location. It's a location in space. It's a location in space. Oh, thank you. You know what this is? I kept trying to figure out why would they put the two little things right here? Because normally, if you've ever seen a fish, if you've ever been fishing or something, you got a fish and lay it out on the dock or something. I mean, it's gonna look like this, it's gonna look like this, too. It's gonna have the same shape as that, but you'll see like an eye here. There'll be like a little maybe like a little fin there. But the dorsal fins are laid back. Okay, they're not ever, they're usually not ever up, you know, after the fish is caught and everything. So I kept looking at that and everything. Well, what this is, we're looking at the fish from top. Okay, from the top. That's why you can see those fins. So if we were to put eyes on it, there would be an eye here and an eye here. You see? And then this right here would be the dorsal fin. Right there. What do you think of that? And that's exactly the way Pisces looks. Pisces. Now, if you am I spelling that right? Pisces. Is that right? That might be wrong. I don't know. But if you've ever seen Pisces, it kind of looks like there's a little thing over here and then it comes down and then it goes over here and then there's like a little circle of stars. Okay. God, dog it. Sorry about that glare. Yeah, I've got to get some lights or something. But that's what Pisces looks like right here. So Jim, how does the window fit in? Well, how do you, a fish in a window? Fish in a window? Huh? Yes. Yes. Because guess what? There's a thing right here that's called the square as a window of Pegasus. That's an A. Woohoo! Can you believe that? He is telling this right here has so much information. This basically, these letters basically and symbols basically tell the whole story of Noah and a location where this thing came from in space. Now, Gil, if you're listening, baby, you need to get on this right here and check this out because, you know, I'm not an astronomer. Okay. I'm not an astronomer by any means. But yeah, get on that and look at that and see, you know, because he uses those for dates. You know, so maybe he can use this to actually get an exact time for Noah's flood or an exact day. Wow, I told you today deserved a double. Whoa, didn't I? Wow. Let me check my notes to make sure I'm not missing anything because I was so excited when oh man, yeah, I covered everything. Yeah, I was just so excited. I was like, thank you, Lord. Thank you for giving me eyes to see and discernment. Thank you so much, Lord Yeshua. Guys, I hope that you yourselves will start digging into stuff because the word of the Lord is deep and wide and rich. And all we have to do is look and use the correct perspective. Okay? Use the correct perspective. Oh. And like I say, guys, I could use a lot of new equipment, everything. So if you can donate, please do that. I'm going to leave some links. My wife's teaching me how to do the Zelle and the Venmo thing, so I may have those on there too. She said that was a lot better than PayPal. PayPal is the only thing I really knew about. But yeah, if you get $50, $100, whatever, because buddy, I need some equipment, bad and everything. And if you could sponsor my channel, that would be absolutely a astronomical blessing. So if you want to sponsor my channel, just give me a holler. My email address is just jimfromalabama@protonmail.com. But yeah, I'm just going to keep digging into the word and finding out stuff. So please, y'all, help me do it. Y'all got to help me do it. Help me keep this channel going. But Lord, I need some resources. So let me just say a quick prayer. Lord Jesus, thank you so much for showing me all of this and letting me give it to these people, Lord. Lord, you know what we need. And Lord, please speak to the hearts of the people that are watching this video, that they may bless us just as they have been blessed by you. Thank you so much. Thank you. God bless y'all. I'll see y'all on the next video.